What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of HermitPack on the HermitCraft server. Yeah, guys. So, the last few episodes, we've been working on our power system, and we've done pretty well. We are able to grow wheat at a very, very fast rate now. We tried the worms, we tried the lily pad's fertility, we've tried the greenhouse glass, and we've also tried the fertile soil. All of those things combined, minus the worms, our wheat is growing decently fast. In fact, I turned this thing on a little while ago because I wanted to see if we were able to keep up with it. Like if I was able to leave this whole system running as it is right now with the 3 biogenerators down here. And sure enough, we are producing more biofuel than we're using, which is awesome. So this chest, when I turned this on, like these first 3 rows are full and there was like 2.5 stacks or something. So yeah, just over time, it is slowly getting more biofuel than what this thing is actually using to keep the farm running, which is great. But I think what we're going to do today, I think we're going to swap this out. We're going to get rid of those biogenerators. I'm tired of like hearing them make their humming sound. We're going to get rid of the biogenerators. We're going to bring out our hydrogen, our whole ethylene production plant, I think. We're going to replace what we have there with the ethylene production. Then we're going to use gas tanks for now until we can figure out a better method. Use gas tanks to move the potential power around. So yeah, I've made 2 elite gas tanks. So you make the basic gas tank. Let's actually look at this real quick. For those of you who don't know mechanism or might not have seen this, so the basic gas tank is 4 osmium and 4 redstone. Pretty easy, right? It holds 64. Is that right? Yeah, I think that holds 64 is what it was. For some reason, I thought that number was wrong. I was thinking it only holds 16. Anyway, it holds 64 buckets, we'll say, of whatever gas we put in there. You can upgrade that gas tank to the advanced one. So it requires the basic gas tank, a little more osmium, and then some of these enriched alloys, which is just 1 piece of iron and 1 piece of redstone in the metallurgic infuser. So we've done that plenty of times previously. So yeah, that's not a bad upgrade, and that doubles the capacity. So now you're at 128. Well, I've done that a 3rd time, and I've brought it up to the elite capacity one. So that doubles it once again to 256, which is a decent amount. So yeah, the advanced gas tank, these osmium, and then the difference is we now use reinforced alloy, which is the enriched alloy with the diamond. So yeah, the way I did this is I did not this one, the diamond dust from mechanism. You can do that in a crusher. This is the mechanism machine, the crusher. You put a diamond in here, crushes it, and then you get this, and you put that in a metallurgic infuser with the enriched alloy, and then you get the other ones out. So I have a crusher sitting right here now. I just put in like 5 speed upgrades or something just to speed it up a little bit. Nothing too crazy, but yeah. So we're gonna start filling up these gas tanks. I'll probably take this other gas tank that we have here, this basic one. We'll upgrade it to the top tier, or at least this mid-tier one. There is another one higher, which holds 512. Didn't even look at this. It's atomic alloy to make that, which is, I guess, obsidian, plus the reinforced alloy. That's the diamond one. So I guess it might have made sense to just go ahead and upgrade those all the way to the top tier. I might go ahead and do that. So we'll see. But yeah, like I said, we're going to probably move all of this outside. We'll set that up instead of the bioreactors, or I guess the biogenerators we have going on out there. We're going to pretty much start setting up a gas production plant. That way, whenever we need to take power somewhere, we can take a gas burning generator and a full gas tank, and then we have basically unlimited power wherever we need it, right? Like I said, we'll try and figure out a way if we can move the gas around wirelessly. I don't know if they work with like tesseracts or the dimensional transceivers or whatever the equivalent is in this pack. I don't know if it works that way, if it works like a fluid, or if it's very special and we can only port it around in these tanks. We'll figure that out as we go. But anyway, let me go ahead and take some time here, turn this all down, turn it all off, move our ethylene production out here, and we'll be right back, guys. All right, guys, so this is what we're looking like out here now. We got our wheat field doing its thing. It's still collecting all of the seeds and the wheat into this iron chest right here. So we're actually getting a backup of the stuff. Yep. So then we have our crusher here, which is crushing the wheat into the biofuel. This is ejecting the biofuel right into our pressurized reaction chamber that needs that to mix with the hydrogen to make the ethylene gas, right? Then we also have right next to there our electrolytic separator, which is taking water and separating out the hydrogen from the oxygen. Now I found out when you break this machine and place it, this option right here, the dumping excess, gets set back to idle. So this will fill up full of oxygen and then it'll just stop. You have to press this button and then that'll dump this tank. I don't think I mentioned this before, but there's another button on the other side to dump excess as well. So if we're only wanting oxygen, if the hydrogen filled up, yeah, we'd need to do the same thing on this one. So that affects this tank. Anyway, so we got that all set up, and then I've just brought a gas pipe over here to the very end to a gas burning generator. This is powering everything here. Yeah. So we got going on pretty much the same exact system. Just remove the bio generators and replace it with our gas system. So it still makes annoying sounds, so we're not going to be hanging out over here. But yeah, I wanted to show you guys what this is looking like. So I was just about in the process to upgrade our gas tanks to the obsidian tier, the ultimate tier. Gas tank. We needed some obsidian to do this. This one, the ultimate gas tank. We're about to do this and we needed some obsidian. So I saw that there was an item from actually Additions called the fluid placer. Now, a while ago, we were trying to make automated obsidian, and we kind of did some stuff here, but we never really made it fully automated, did we? So let's go ahead and try this out one more time. We will place the fluid placer here. Which way does it place it? Well, hold on a second. Let's take a look at this block before we do anything. Is it the 2 dots? That's got minus, 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 and then 2 dots on this side. I don't know if that like pulls in stuff from the sides. Like, does that automatically slurp in stuff? Anyway, that's not what we're going to do. We're going to try and pipe lava into that thing. So let's grab a fluid conduit. We just need one of those. I guess we'll grab 2. We just need to do that. We'll pipe lava from here to here. Yep. And then we are going to use our block breaker like we did before. And we'll have water going. But I think before we put the water down, actually, we might just be able to do that, right? If we do that, that should still turn it to obsidian. That way the water doesn't interfere with the whole process. I think that should work. I think. I'm kind of scared now that we have wood here placing lava. So I'll be on fire watch. Yeah, we might want to move this to a better location. But anyway, I wanted to test this thing out and just see how this is going to work. So if it burns down, it burns down. Always active. There we go. There we go. So this is full of lava. It's placing a bucket, I guess, once every second or once a tick, or I'm not sure what the actual thing is. But that is turning to obsidian before there's even ever lava shown. So that's pretty awesome. And this is breaking the obsidian, just placing in there. Yeah, that's a pretty quick obsidian generator. It does cause a little bit of lag, it looks like, as it breaks the blocks. But, you know, what can you do? What can you do? I'm perfectly fine leaving this like this, walking away for every 5 minutes and coming back with 9 stacks of obsidian. Oops, I didn't mean to take a bucket of lava out of there. So we got 5.5 million millibuckets. What is that? That is 5,000. No, 55,000. No, 5,560 buckets thereabouts of how much lava we have. So yeah, that's pretty cool. So I'll be able to take this obsidian, crush it down, and then we can make our ultimate gas tank using this stuff. Alright guys, well, we made ourselves the ultimate gas tanks. Yeah, those are a little bit more involved than I thought they were going to be. At first glance, it looked like the only thing we were going to need is some obsidian, but no, there's a little bit more to it. So yeah, the atomic alloy requires the refined obsidian plus the reinforced alloy. The reinforced alloy required the crushed diamond. Yeah, the refined obsidian also requires a crushed diamond in the metallurgic infuser. So there's another step to this. It requires another diamond more than I thought it was going to be. But anyway, we got that all done. So I've been letting this tank fill up. I emptied out our basic tank, so that gave it like 64 buckets worth. I don't think there's a way you can empty out one of these gas burning generators other than just letting it burn out. I tried pulling out the gas from the one that we had inside the base, but I wasn't able to do that. Anyway, I think what we're going to do, let's go ahead and grab this gas tank here. This one is about a third of the way full. We will replace it with this other one, like so. Yeah, we'll let that one start collecting a little bit of gas. Cool. All right, so we're always going to have gas tanks out here. That's the plan. That this is going to be like our refilling station. and we're gonna bring in a gas tank inside for the base to repower everything when it starts running low or when we run out or whatever. So yeah, we'll have like this whole thing filled with gas tanks that should be full when we need them. Yeah, then we can take one with us wherever we go or whatever. So very first thing I would like to do, I'd like to get rid of this. I did swap out the storage drawer that we had here with this quantum storage unit that had all of our biofuel from everything put in here. Actually, that might not be the case. These biogenerators here might still have some biofuel in them. Yeah, they do. Okay, well, almost all of our biofuel is in there. So let's go ahead and get rid of this. Let's get rid of this. Let's get rid of that. Yep. And we are going to replace that with one of our gas burning generators. So I made a few extras. I guess this is probably the one that had the fuel in it from before. So we'll stick that guy right there. Yeah, that's got some ethylene in it. Now I'm curious if we can take the gas tank and just stick it on top of this thing, if it'll dump the fuel in there. I think we have to set the side to output. But let's look. Yeah, that dumps directly from the gas tank into this thing. No power required. Now, as you can see, there's a lot of flashing going on. That's why you might see like a bunch of random torches around. When I was setting the thing up over here, yeah, we spammed up a bunch of torches here. I got some outside. I don't know if that light flashing causes any kind of lag on the server, like light updates or whatever, but it does seem to like cause a little bit of client-side lag. Yeah, every time the generator turns on, it emits light. Every time it turns off, the light goes out. So anyway, I've been kind of spamming torches around, trying to prevent those light updates from happening. I think that might be okay, but it looks kind of ugly. So anyway, the other things we got here is we do have our vibrant capacitor bank. This is the one we've been leaving outside, right? We got a basic capacitor bank here. Let's get rid of this thing, and we will replace that with the vibrant one. Boop. There we go. Now we got a lot more power in the base, which is awesome. So probably the next thing we want to do, I don't think this is going to be the permanent setup, but I did want to get rid of that biogenerator from in here. Yeah, I don't think we're going to leave our machines like this. I think we're going to eventually put those into the wall or whatever and make them look like they're supposed to be where they are. We talked about this a long time ago, that our crafting grid, the whole refined storage setup, we're going to put over into the wall over here. I think it's time that we work on doing that. So yeah, we'll probably go ahead and turn this thing off. Now, I mentioned before, we had, what was it? Not the solderer. There was another machine from Refined Storage that had the upgrades in there. Or maybe it was a solderer. Anyway, I made like 4 speed upgrades in it, and then I broke the machine. Yeah, I broke the machine, and I lost the upgrades. So I'm going to go ahead and make sure that we remove all of our storage disks before we move this thing. Yeah, I don't want to lose anything else. I don't know if that's been fixed. I don't know if it was just some kind of random bug that we lost. I haven't really done any extensive testing. I'm just going to remove the items from these blocks before I break them. Yeah, I think that's what we need to do. So, like I said, the refined storage thing, we want to kind of straight in from the door from our base. So we'll probably put it right there. Is that going to be too high? Should we put it right here? I think it should be in the middle of the wall, right? I mean, I guess we can always kind of climb up a little bit and activate it. Okay, well, we'll probably end up doing that, or I guess we can just look up to it one way or the other. We'll get that put in back there. We'll probably figure out a better spot for our generator. I'm not sure if right there is going to do it, or maybe we got like, I think we got some space back here between the walls. Yeah, we got like a little bit of room. We could stick it back here, have like a little maintenance area specifically for our power. I don't know. We'll figure that out. Anyway, let me go ahead and get to it. I'll move some blocks around, and we'll be right back, guys. Well, guys, yep, it's like the next day, so if my voice sounds a little different, that's why. So we got our grid system, our refined storage system, put into the wall, like I said. So yeah, we got everything taken care of here. I put the solderer here. I don't know if that should be like the perfect or the permanent spot for it. It's not the perfect spot for it, that's for sure. And we got the drives on the other side. Yeah, so it's not that bad to walk up this thing and, you know, right click on it so you don't have to look up too far or whatever. And you got the lever on the front here where we can turn this on and off. I don't know, I might put the lever somewhere else, or maybe a pressure plate down here that turns it on and off. We'll figure that out. So I've been doing some things off camera here. And yeah, I've been trying to figure out comparators. Well, I've been trying to figure out the best way to get this going. So first things first, we got a gas tank right here. This gas tank is where we're going to, you know, check how much fuel we have remaining and all that kind of stuff. So you can see we got 506,000 or I guess 506.8 buckets or whatever of the ethylene in there. So back behind here, it's kind of hard to see because I have this all blocked up now. I got a gas pipe running out the back that runs down kind of into the floor, just so we're not like having to jump over it all the time. Yeah, and that runs over to our gas generator over here, right? So we're powering this, or I guess providing the ethylene from the bottom. The thing that I'm trying to do though, if we run this generator directly into this capacitor bank, and this is always trying to put power into this thing constantly turns off and on and off and on and off and on, and it really causes a little bit of lag. And I don't know if it's light updates, sound updates, or what it is, but the fact that it turns on and off does cause a bit of lag. So I'm trying to avoid that as much as possible. So like I said, I was messing around with comparators here, trying to figure out what I wanted, or I guess, you know, a good way to get this thing to turn on at a certain point and then stay running for a while and then turn back off. So this is kind of what I was using to test it out. So pretty much pretend like this is our capacitor bank right here, and we're trying to get it when it emits a power level 14. So it goes from full down a level, right? All right, so we also have from the side here, power level 13. So when we're 14 in the back, we got 13 from the side, we emit a level 1. So pretty much when we drop down that first 15th, it'll emit a redstone signal. Anyway, so the way that's set up, we have a block right here. So the comparator is putting its power into here, then we got a redstone torch to invert it. Do we have a redstone torch? I don't. Let me just make one real quick. We got a stick right there. Cool. Did I? Okay. I thought I put that back in the system. So anyway, when it's like that, yeah, the power's off. And then when it drops down to the next level, the power turns on, I think is how that works. Let's see. So we're at a 14 now. If I go down to a 13, if I move this back, well, let me just double check. It was a minute ago that I was doing this. So now that's a power 13. That's a power 13. Yeah, now we have a redstone signal on. So I guess when it gets down 2/5 and it emits a redstone signal of 13, then we turn this torch on, which emits a redstone signal over to this whole long string of repeaters on number 4. Yeah, I was trying to look through the mod pack to see if there's any way that we could lengthen pulses. I know there's better ways to lengthen than this. Like there's ways that you could do it with fewer repeaters, but anyway, this is the way I just did, just for simplicity's sake. So that's kind of the same way. This is a level 13 right here. This comparator is on the vibrant capacitor bank. When it gets down to a certain point, this redstone torch turns on, puts redstone signal here. So the redstone signal goes all the way through this line, which will turn on our gas burning generator for about 5 to 10 seconds. I don't really know exactly how long it is, but anyway, it's better than it being on, off, on, off, on, off. And that's what I've been trying to avoid. So we can kind of see that happening a little bit faster. I guess I can show you the example of that actually working. If I grab a capacitor bank out of here, I have a few that I've been testing with, and I have a few empty ones here. So we can just kind of drop that into this guy. Just put one of those right there. It'll charge it up, and then this will drop down to a certain point, and this redstone signal will turn on and do the redstone over here, and then it'll charge it back up. Now this thing will deplete at about 1,000. When this redstone signal turns on, it starts powering at about 5,000. So it takes like 5 times longer to deplete it than to fill it back up. So anyway, there goes our redstone signal. This thing will start kicking on, and this will turn off almost immediately. But then the signal's still going. It's still filling this up at a decent rate. And there we go. Now it's back off again. So that's kind of the way this is set up for right now. I'm sure there's better ways to do it. I don't know if there's good redstone ways in this mod pack to do what I'm trying to do. And that's one of the things like I was struggling with looking at. Yeah, so I was trying to figure that out. The US presidential election was on yesterday while I was trying to record this. And anyway, there was just too many things I was trying to concentrate at the same time. So yeah, it's just like, okay, you know what? We'll just record this starting tomorrow, or right now as I'm recording it. So anyway, that's what we got for our power supply. That'll keep our power system, or I'm sorry, not our power system, our grid system, our ME system, whatever, running while we're doing other things, which is pretty awesome. I don't have to keep worrying about flipping that lever on and off all the time and then running out of biofuel and all that kind of stuff. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with the way this setup is right now. So that's what we got here. This Britannia stuff's gonna be moved. This chest was just so I could dump these extra machines. We gotta figure out where we're gonna put those machines and how we're gonna run the power wires. and all of that kind of stuff. I think the machines are probably just going to go along the bottom row on either side of our grid system. I think that's probably how we're going to do it. We could also put them into the wall over here, I suppose. I'll have to figure out what I want to do, but yeah, I just still need to clean up all of this stuff. But anyway, let me get to some more stuff and we'll be right back, guys. All right, guys, well, that feels good. Finally getting this area mostly cleaned up. I moved the mechanism machines over here. We only had 2 of them, right? Not too many of them. Yeah, I moved the mechanism machines over there, and I got our Ender IO machines over here. I did have to put in like a back wall behind because this thing will spin and then you'd see into like that maintenance area. So I have like blocks directly behind all of these machines. So what else have I done? The Britannia stuff that we had right here, I made a mana tablet, sucked up all the mana that was in the mana pool. Yeah, and then I moved everything outside and put the mana back in here. So that's where our temporary Britannia area is for right now. I don't know if we're going to leave it here permanently or if we're going to find a spot for it, like up on a hill or I don't know, something like that. We'll figure that out as we go, as we progress a little bit more into Britannia. So yeah, there was also a log in the wall right here that I was using to kind of separate. I thought it felt weird having like this big open blank spot. But then I thought the log being right there in the center all by itself felt weird too. So yeah, I just got rid of that. Let's see, I'm trying to think, is there anything else that I've done around here? Maybe not. So the other things that I want to do, we're not really using the blaze spawners as much as I thought we were going to be using them. Yeah, because we were going to be using this for like a power supply, right? We're going to have the powered spawner there. We were going to have the blaze like powering itself, all of that kind of thing. So now the blaze spawners are just kind of hanging out there. We're not really getting too much use out of them. So what I'd like to do is go ahead and remove those guys. Let's go ahead and do that. I have brought a couple of moving wands here fully charged. Now that we got lots of power to do this kind of stuff with. I'll wait for them to spawn one more time before I head in there. Yeah, so we'll go and pick those guys up. I want to put the guardians in there. We were talking about that the other day, how they're kind of like a pain. Let's see, the top one's about to spawn. Let's grab it. They're kind of a pain to kill when you just spawn them out here in the open, right? So I want to see how they behave if we spawn them, you know, down in this area. So let's go and put the spawner here. This is set to active with signal. Oh, okay. Yeah, so that is set to active with signal, so they should be bouncing around, and yeah, it looks like they're getting killed just fine on those spikes. Oh, I guess I had the signal turned on. Yeah, there we go. Okay, so no more spawning. Yeah, that works pretty well for these guys too. I thought it would be kind of weird trying to get these guys to move around since they don't normally work outside of water. So it's interesting to see that happen. They do bounce around a little bit, but they go to where they need to go. And I can't remember how we have this set up down here. Let's take a look. Man, these things are super loud, aren't they? Goodness. Even with sound muffler right there. Okay, so all their drops are just hanging out right here. So if I ever need that stuff again, I can just go ahead and put the spawner in there and do that. Honestly, what I'd like to do is have a spawning area for all of the different spawners, for all the different monsters, and have them all spawn in like a killing chamber similar to this, right? So we just flip a lever if we want guardians, or flip a lever if we want blaze or whatever. So that would be the ultimate idea. I don't know if we'll be able to do that in here. I don't know if we have enough room, and I don't really know how we'd lay that out properly, because we'd have to have a way to have a redstone signal from like a lever, control panel or something heading over to the specific spawner that we want. Maybe if we have like the wires going from like the top down along the back or something, we'd also have to provide power some way, all like if we had multiple different spawners. And that's something we'll look at in the future, but it would be kind of cool to have some kind of like lever operated mob trap like that. But anyway, I'll go ahead and turn this off for now. We don't really need the prismarine shards at the moment, but yeah, when we do need them, we can definitely get them pretty easily. So I'm happy with that. Cool. So yeah, we got lots of stuff cleaned up around here. We finally got our grid system, our refined storage right where I wanted it when we first moved into this base. Our machines are finally off the floor. I don't know what we're going to do with the Tinker stuff. I was thinking we could stick it in the wall, but then you can see through the legs. I don't know. I don't really know where like the best place for those to go. Maybe doing like a little table kind of thing, turning these into, oh wait, you can't do that anymore. You can't turn those into the slab version, right? Okay, so maybe not. I was gonna say maybe a little bit of a table, put these in the slab version, but they don't have that anymore in this version of Tinkers. Well, these are things we'll have to think about. But I tell you guys what, I think we're going to wrap the episode up here for today. It was kind of a weird one. We got some stuff cleaned up. 2 days worth of recording to get this episode out. Yep. Anyway, it happens sometimes. Anyway, guys, that's it for today. Thank you guys for watching. Remember to leave a like on the episode if you did like it. And we'll see you next time. Thanks for watching, guys. Bye-bye.